WNBA. And here is what the Fever shared. Caitlin Clark, apparently 22 of 25 from three. Let's watch some of this together.
In her first practice with the Indiana Fever, Caitlin Clark went 22 for 25 from three. That is 90% of the whole. Give that some thought. We have been stuck in a completely poisonous wasteland of corporate avarice, labor disputes, boardroom politics, and social media outbursts for the past 3 months. Veteran players' complaints regarding their 15% revenue sharing have pushed us to listen to them. We have had to read letters from irate sports agents, legal documents, and proposals for collective bargaining. We have seen the Women's National Basketball Association gradually disintegrate from the inside out, motivated by the enormous, brittle egos of a union leadership that appears to be entirely resolved to call off the 2026 season. A fog of negativity has been engulfing us. However, the clouds broke today. A brief, straightforward, unfiltered video clip that the Indiana Fever organization posted on their social media sites today served as a defibrillator for the whole basketball community. The voices of lawyers were not audible to us. Neither Brianna Stewart nor Natasha Cloud complained to us. The only sounds we could hear were the rhythmic bouncing of a basketball, the squeak of sneakers on hardwood, and the lovely, distinct, heavenly sound of a basketball cracking through the nylon net. Swish, swish, swish. Caitlin Clark has returned to the lab. She has returned to her native environment. She has returned to the Indianapolis gym, where she is effortlessly and casually putting on a shooting show that is terrifying every defensive coach in the WNBA. According to reports from the Indiana Fever practice facility, Caitlin Clark made 22 of her 25 three-pointers. I'll say it again because I need you to fully comprehend how ridiculous that figure is mathematically. She made 22 of her 25 three-pointers from long WNBA range. That is an 88% shooting clip. In an empty gym, several professional basketball players in this league are unable to shoot 88% from the free throw line. Some players are unable to shoot 88% on unprotected layups. Here's Caitlin Clark, who just got off a cross-country flight from Milan Fashion Week, casually dropping thermonuclear bombs from the perimeter with military sniper accuracy as she steps onto the parquet. I want you to carefully examine the leaked video. The video's host highlights a very particular and crucial fact that casual viewers would have overlooked. She's not playing the typical WNBA style of basketball. She is using entirely different equipment, which indicates exactly what she is concentrating on at the moment.
Looks like she's shooting a FIBA basketball. She will be back playing very soon, too. FIBA World Cup qualifiers March 11th through 17th. So only a matter of days before Caitlin Clark will be taking the floor in competitive.
A FIA basketball is being shot by her. Are you aware of the work ethics needed to carry out her duties? The feel of a FIA basketball is distinct. It reacts somewhat differently off the rim than a Wilson WNBA ball and has a different grip and groove design. Why does she use it? Because the rest of the WNBA is trying to blackmail the millionaire owners out of hundreds of millions of dollars while sitting at home bickering over Zoom calls and threatening to go on strike. Caitlin Clark is getting ready to turn the United States of America against her. The FIA World Cup qualifying competition begins in Puerto Rico on March 11th. Caitlin Clark is going to be more than just a participant when Team USA gathers. Her goal in getting there is to completely rule the global competition. Her muscle memory is being prepared. Her release point is changing. She is perfecting her mechanics so that there is nothing at all when she dons that red, white, and blue jersey. Reluctance. This is the most striking disparity that characterizes women's basketball as it exists now. The old guard is on one side of the aisle. Veterans in Miami's 3-on-3 exhibition league are grumbling about the CBA's cheap swings at rookies and calling on the owners to open the book so they may grab a larger cut of the pie. On the other side of the aisle, a 22-year-old female recently increased the sport's overall viewership by herself. And she is honing her art and letting her game speak for itself while standing in an empty gym, drenched in perspiration. The season is not being held captive by her. She isn't yelling into a microphone. She is only improving. And that's precisely why her admirers adore her. And that's precisely why the veterans don't like her. Take a good look at the background of that practice video. Rob Dozier, the Indiana Fever's new assistant coach and member of Stephanie White's new administration, is standing there. You have no idea what's going through his head at the moment. He is a skilled basketball player. Additionally, he is observing a player who casually takes 22 out of 25 shots from a distance of 30 feet without even appearing to be attempting. He is observing the mechanics. He is observing the total absence of motion waste. The release is clear. It is small. She appears thinner. She seemed to be in better health. The tired, hefty legs that we observed at the end of her demanding rookie campaign, during which she played continuously from the NCAA championship game to the WNBA playoffs. Those tired legs are no longer there. She feels rejuvenated. She feels rejuvenated. Additionally, the league as a whole is in grave danger. However, a dark, rising cloud of fear that is engulfing the whole Indiana Fever fan base greatly overshadows this lovely, uplifting moment of basketball purity. Indeed, Caitlin Clark has an amazing appearance. Yes, she is prepared to dominate the FIFA qualifications, but basketball is a team sport, and even before they board the plane to Puerto Rico, the world's most formidable pick-and-roll duo might be destroyed. The video's host raises the possibility that the terrifying scenario for which we are all currently praying is a false alarm. Basketball action once more. Will Aaliyah Boston be on the floor with her? That is still a question. Well, AB sustained an unparalleled harm. It was either a leg or a lower leg extremity. I'm not sure what they called it. It wasn't. It was ambiguous. The current state of the WNBA is tragic. Aaliyah Boston, the Indiana Fever's undeniable pillar and the player that powers Caitlin Clark's complete offensive machine, was competing in the unparalleled 3-on-3 league, which is controlled by Breanna Stewart and Nfisa Collier. And she had a lower extremity injury that was quite ambiguous. For the remainder of the unparalleled season, she remained sidelined. The medical personnel declined to provide further details. Was it an ankle? Was it a knee? Was that a calf? No one is aware. While Caitlin Clark is working out, shooting 88% from 3, and getting ready for the Olympics, her accomplice is sitting in a medical boot because the WNBA's veteran leadership persuaded everyone that they had to play in a domestic 3-on-3 league during the offseason. The entire championship window is badly damaged if Aaliyah Boston sustains a serious injury, is unable to play in Puerto Rico, and misses time for the Indiana Fever in 2026. Caitlin Clark is a 100% shooter in practice. However, rival defenses will send 3 players at Caitlin as soon as she gets off the team bus if she doesn't have Aaliyah Boston setting those bone-crushing screens and finishing at the hoop. As we wait for a medical update, we are all holding our breath. However, we were able to put the injuries out of our minds for a little while today. The CBA deadline of March 10th was not something we had to consider. We didn't have to consider the WNBA Players Association's avarice, the sports agents, or the strike authorizations. We got to witness the world's best shooter perform what she does best for a few breathtaking minutes. The video's host did a great job of capturing the sentiment of the entire basketball community, which the union leadership really needs to hear.
Basketball action again. Question remains, will Aaliyah Boston be on the floor with her? AB suffered an injury that Unrivaled said was a lower leg extremity or a leg extremity. I don't know what they called it. It was.
If the hoops are the reason we're here, the product on the floor is what attracts the fans. Your union meetings don't matter to us. Your demands for gross revenue are unimportant to us. Watching 22 of 25 three-pointers go through the net is what matters to us. The Indiana Fever's video clip is more than just a promotional piece. It is an extremely potent weapon that is silent. The billionaire owners are reminded of precisely what they are fighting for. Additionally, it serves as a warning to the WNBA Executive Committee about the risks they are taking. The product is Caitlin Clark. The venue sold out because of her. The network paid $2 billion because of her. She is in good health, concentrated, and prepared for battle as she sits at a gym. The world will be deprived of witnessing this polished, advanced sophomore version of Caitlin Clark if the WNBA Players Union imposes a lockout or postpones the season. And the fans will never be able to forgive them if they do that. The casual viewers will depart. The league as a whole will return to obscurity when the sponsors stop providing funding. Caitlin Clark has performed her duties. She opened her eyes. In order to ensure that she puts on an amazing show in 2026, she brought the money and is investing the sweat equity. In practice, she is shooting 90% of the time. The union has complete control over the situation. In order for the greatest show on hardwood to finally resume, it is time for the veterans to sign the CBA, stop squabbling over the leftovers, and move aside. The official launch of Caitlin Clark's Retribution Tour has begun. Additionally, this practice film was merely the scary teaser.